When those best places to live pop up at you on your web browser, did you ever notice how white they are? I decided to embark this 26,000-mile journey because I just had to know one thing. How and where will white Americans live to achieve their American dream?
You go and visit white enclaves all around the country, and you bring statistics to attention that there's been a huge amount of white flight.
And one of the startling things I've come upon, this country is as segregated residentially and educationally as it was in 1970.
Everybody's white, but everybody's, very accepting, and we don't have any problems.
Warren County in general has such low crime. Lots of people don't even lock their doors, even in today's day and age.
As people of color, especially immigrants, live increasingly in suburbs and cities, white people are living in towns and exurban areas that are predominantly, even extremely white.
You're going to get prejudice no matter where you go, but up here you're going to get a lot less.
Necessarily a contradiction between being white nationalist, Aryan nation, and ritzy?
There's not a contradiction per se. I mean, ritzy people in that community do not say anything racist, and they're perfectly friendly in that sense.
Back when I first came out, there was mostly one type of person here.
However, Aryan nations will find a place to feel comfortable among that social and racial homogeneity. The national security narrative merged with the anti-immigration nativist narrative to spark a lot of fear. By 2042, white people will no longer be the American majority.
Half of the kids in this country under 5 years old are minorities. By far the greatest number are Hispanic. Know what that means? 25 years and the majority population is Hispanic. Do your duty. Make more babies.
What is happening now to white men right now is exactly what was done to black folks, for you.
No, they're not being lynched, Pat.
Joe,
they're not being lynched.
But do you understand what the New York Times wants? They want to break down the white Christian male power structure, of which you're a part, and so am I. And they want to bring in millions of foreign nationals to basically break down the structure that we have.
So if you would look, is there a problem in as far as these people in their Whitopias? Do they consider there's a problem? They don't need policing. They've kept the problem outside their doors.
In fact, many people aren't aware of it. They move to these communities with nary a thought of how segregated it is. And implicitly, they just assume the qualities that attracted them, friendliness, comfort, security, are whiteness in and of itself. Many people don't even give it a second thought.
And has the federal government got any role to mess with them?
Well, what government does and doesn't do is how it zones. When you zone in a certain way, and it's explicitly told by certain county organizations, is we want the renters out. We want apartment complexes out, and that's code words for immigrants or lower income whites or blacks.
Given all that we as a nation went through during the civil rights struggle, it is hard for me to accept that the result of those efforts was to create an America that is more prosperous, more positively race-conscious, and yet is voluntarily socially segregated.
The man himself speaking is the new Attorney General of the United States of America.
I don't. I'm really flummoxed. Guys our age, we don't look at race.
According to some people, the election of our first black president could make the situation better. Other people say that it might sweep racial issues under the rug. There's a problem for everyone involved when we were segregated by class and by race in such a way. And what I fear is, with the election of Obama, America is shaking out in two versions. One we could call Obama Nation, slap happy in its diversity, yet still residentially segregated, versus Whitopia.